The sullens beneath the hospitals carry a weight unlike any other place. The smell of disinfectant, the echo of hurried footsteps, the flicker of fluorescent lights. Each detail reminds you that this is where life hangs on a fragile thread. But when a building is left to rot, when its halls are abandoned and its machines are silenced, something else settles in, something that was always waiting beneath. The hospital had been closed for nearly 20 years, its doors chained, its windows shattered, its walls consumed by mold. Few dared to approach and fewer still stepped inside. Yet the building seemed to call, a whisper carried on the wind, drawing the curious and the reckless toward its decaying shell. A lone traveler entered one night, guided by nothing but curiosity and the hollow pull of the unknown. His flashlight cut thin lines through the darkness, revealing peeling paint and rusting gurneys left to die in the hallways. Wheelchairs sat frozen, tilted toward the walls, as if patience had simply vanished mid-journey. The silence was heavier than the air, suffocating in its depth. The deeper he moved into the hospital, the more wrong it felt. His light struggled against shadows that clung stubbornly to corners. Old signs pointed toward surgery, intensive care, the morgue. But the lettering seemed warped, stretched, as though the walls themselves were trying to mislead him. In the operating wing, the silence broke, not with sound, but with absence. His footsteps no longer echoed. His breath no longer carried. The world swallowed every trace of his existence, as if the hospital itself were erasing him. Panic flickered, but he pressed on, compelled by something unseen. He reached a stairwell, its steps coated in dust, yet footprints already marked the path downward. They were not his own. They were bare, human, and fresh. The air grew colder as he descended, the walls wet with condensation. His light flickered, straining against the dark as though suffocated. The basement opened into a maze of corridors, endless and winding, each identical to the last. Doors lined the halls, most sealed shut, others opening to reveal rooms filled with rotting beds and collapsed ceilings. But one door was different. It stood at the very end, wide open, the black beyond it deeper than night. Inside, the traveler found the silence alive. It pulsed, a force that pressed against his skull, seeping into his bones. In the center of the room, an operating table remained intact, straps still in place, rust glistening like blood. Around it, the shadows gathered, thick and restless, shifting as though they had form. The flashlight died. Darkness consumed everything. Yet his eyes did not adjust. The silence filled with presence, heavy and suffocating. He felt unseen hands brush against his skin, cold and deliberate. Shapes moved around him, their edges wrong, their weight unnatural. He tried to run, but the floor stretched endlessly, the walls retreating with each step. The silence grew louder, crushing, until it was no longer silence, but a roar of absence. He collapsed, choking on air that no longer existed. The hospital did not let him go. And in the years that followed, others who dared to enter spoke of hearing footsteps in the basement, of seeing faint light beneath the locked doors. They whispered of figures in the windows at night, shapes strapped to tables, eyes wide but silent. The building had found its patient, and it would never be empty again. Because in the silence beneath the hospital, nothing ever leaves.